You know it's super fly when Day Bar is opened. Hip-hop review, news, plus breaking new artists, pop culture, current events with an urban view of it. This is all things hip-hop, delivered raw, unpolitically correct, the fans' perspective, putting all artists in check. Dope content, current hot by remarkable men. Our thoughts, clearly. Welcome to Audio Theory.
Yo, welcome back to the Audio Theory podcast. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button as well as the like button and check the description box for the episode topics. What's good, Danny? How have you been?
What's good, bro? July is flying by and it's like every week is more and more exhausting, dude. I had to drive to Orlando for the weekend to peep on some family, make sure they're doing well, then drove right back. And then I had to drive onto the west coast of Florida for some a minor procedure yesterday, bro. So a lot of driving, but luckily everything's good. Family's healthy, so that's probably the biggest thing and biggest thing for me that I'm happy about. How about you, man? How was your weekend?
Weekend was good.
You're back home, right?
Back home.
Nice.
As in like SF, my new home.
Your actual home where you pay bills.
Yep, exactly. Went out for a birthday. My fiance's coworker had a birthday, or ex-coworker, I guess now. And she invited fucking like 30 of her coworkers, the birthday girl.
Oh, wow.
And they did kind of like a bar crawl from I don't know, 2 p.m. till 11 o'clock at night.
So
and
rough,
we were
dude.
Posted
on a Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Thank God.
And we were posted up at this bar. It was cool, but like they weren't really playing like music. It was just kind of like, fucking, I don't know, elevator type music.
Like background shit, like no one actually listening. Yeah.
The crowd, we didn't really know anyone, and the crowd wasn't very, like
inviting
and quote unquote, inviting, fun, like really social. So me, my girl, and our friend who we invited kind of just stuck together for most of the night, which is kind of a bummer because I'm like,
so wait, she invited 30 people and the other 30 people weren't very like outgoing?
Yeah, they weren't very outgoing. They weren't standoffish.
That's
they weren't
weird.
Like mean or anything. It was just like boring. Like
it wasn't a vibe. Yeah.
Shots. Yeah, it wasn't a vibe. No one was like, yeah, I want to dance or just doing anything. Like I was like, what the fuck do we need to turn this shit up? And yeah, we ended the night at like 11. Just went back to our place, got some food and drank some more. It was honestly more fun doing that in my apartment than it was being out, which is kind of sad. But
it is kind of sad, dude. But like, so how are the rules looking like in San Fran? Because I know LA is trying to bring the mandate back as far as masks. Bro, the COVID positivity rate in Miami proper is up to 8.5%, which is terrifying. I'm getting vaccinated on Saturday just to play it safe, even though I really don't want to, but I don't want to get stuck out in Colombia in 2 weeks, God forbid, because of COVID. And I also just don't, this Delta shit, I mean, I don't know that much because I don't think anyone really knows, but like everything they're saying is like everyone who's pretty much getting caught up with it and like having to be admitted are non-vaccinated people. So I'm just like, bro, like, I'm not trying to get this shit, and like it's I have a good. I know I got COVID once. I feel like I got it like twice, but like there has to be at some point your body's like, bro, we can't just keep fighting this. You know what I mean? Like we can't just keep doing it. So like I don't want to take that chance, and God forbid. And I'm thinking about like selfishly ruin my summer. Like I could ruin a lot of things. I mean, like it could be a long nap, bro. So I'm trying to just like let me just be safe with this shit, and like whatever happens. But yeah, how are things out there? Because again, I don't see Florida going backwards, but I can see like a state like California saying, you know what, shut this shit down.
Yeah, I believe LA already went backwards to not like complete shutdown or anything, but I think masks are mandated again, regardless of vaccination status. And then in the Bay, we haven't quite gone back to those rules yet, but then again, I mean, everyone before this uptick was already kind of wearing masks anyways. I don't know if there's just paranoia or what, but everywhere I went, people were just still wearing masks. I think at the end of the day, the businesses have the choice to make people wear it, but I think now it pretty soon it might end up being required again, kind of like how it was 2 months ago. So we'll see. But my company already sent out an email saying we were supposed to go back in September. Now they're saying October at the earliest.
Let's
so
go.
I was fucking happy.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro,
Let's
just
go.
extend it out to like January. What? Like, why
Play it safe
in the holidays? Like,
yeah.
Half of the people like moved away to their families and stuff. Like, why are you gonna make them come back during the holidays? Just extend the shit to like February or something.
I would say January, dog, because like October's weird. It's a midway point. Kids are like halfway, like just got in the flow of going to school, right? So parents are dealing with that. November to like Thanksgiving, so you already have holiday breaks. Then Christmas and New Year's. Like, yo, you might as well just wait till January. Because I remember, like, bro, when I started like my company, like early November, like, bro, those following 2 months were a waste because, like, yo, we had so many holiday breaks. You could never really get in the flow of like what you're doing. So you might as well just start in January, you know? So no, man, that's yeah. I mean, it's not cool, but I'm glad they were to push it back. Like, it's funny you say that. I have a meeting with the other senior leaders next Wednesday in the office because they're thinking about pushing back phase 3 as well. They were all gun ho on Labor Day. After Labor Day, we're going in the office. And now they're like, the Delta variant, fuck. But again, I'm happy with it, bro, because I'm good going to the office 2 to 3 times a week, but whenever I want to, like, forcing me to, I'm like chill with that.
Yeah, for sure. It's weird how it's just like arbitrarily sounds good to these companies. Like, yeah, right after Labor Day, like that's when people are going back to school and shit. Like, let's just do that day. But it's like, yo, have you not been watching the fucking news? Like,
yeah, the funny thing is, like,
sure, this is gonna happen.
100%, dude, and like we're in phase 2, but like we removed all social distancing rules in our building, so there's no more dividers, there's no more like hotel seating where you have to check in and wipe it down and everything's like 6 feet away. It's just like open. Again, not a lot of people there, but still, like, there's no restrictions in the office, so they might have to even change that up if like these numbers again in Florida, they're gonna go high, bro, because Again, people like me, a lot of people aren't vaccinated, bro. Like, it's just a fact. And they're the ones spreading it, bro. So that's another thing, bro. I don't want to be like, I would feel guilty if it's like people like me is the reason we shut down. So, so I'm going to go with Gina on Saturday in the afternoon, go to Walgreens, get that Pfizer shot, and just keep it moving.
Nice. Yeah, I just hope they don't shut down the gym in my building because that shit.
Oh, my God.
It was 1 unit per like hour or something. So people were booking the shit like 2 weeks in advance. We had to sneak in the middle of the night just to like get a little run in. Like, it was a nightmare.
Would you want to just like, can you sign up to a gym like just like a LA Fitness or something like that though? Or?
I could, but then I don't want to have to wear a mask and like fucking hyperventilate on the treadmill and stuff like that. So
I got you, because we don't have to wear masks here anymore. At LA Fitness. Before it was like recommended use it while you're walking to machine, but they just say that, hey, we highly recommend you do it, but no one does, bro, and they can't.
And all these fucking little mini safety measures make no fucking sense to me. It's like,
at all.
No, if you're walking to the restaurant, then immediately take off your mask, and then like if you go to the bathroom, put it on. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's like there's COVID there. There's not COVID here. So yeah. No, it's silly. Again, I do it because of the liability. Like, you don't want to be that restaurant where they find out there was a massive COVID spreading event. But yeah, I'm hopeful that things get better. I think this might spook a lot of people to go get vaccinated though. So, I mean, because everything I'm reading, bro, and again, I know the shit we read online or in the press is like, could be so like one-sided, but from both sides of it, it really looks like, again, all these people who unfortunately are getting admitted to the hospital for COVID, none of them are fucking vaccinated. So that might be enough proof in the pudding this shit actually might work. But again, let's see. Let's get to it, bro. It was a very anticipated weekend last weekend. Pop Smoke, him and his crew, they dropped an album for him, so rest in peace to him. It actually was also his birthday, I think, today. So he just would have celebrated his 22nd birthday, which again in itself is it's so devastating to think this dude's only going to be 22 years old. Like, it's a child, bro. When I was 22, I was trying to figure out, should I pay rent or pay my phone bill? You know what I mean? Like, and this dude was like, at 20 was just killing it, literally just killing it. So your thoughts on the album, man? The album's called Faith. I think it's 17 tracks. a lot of features. I'll get into my feedback and the feedback I've heard from like fans in the comments, but you know, your first run through of it. What were your thoughts on it, bro?
I thought it was all right. Nothing special in my opinion. Obviously, Pop Smoke's an amazing artist, but I just didn't really feel like any impact from listening to it. There's a lot of features, but I don't think they necessarily did too much for me. So I didn't find much replay value out of it. It was cool to like hear new stuff from him, but it definitely wasn't like a classic or anything I really think is going to be, you know, played on the radio.
Yeah.
The charts.
Can't compare it to the last album at all, right? Like, because the last album was a fucking like monumental piece of work, and then even the deluxe had like more tracks. You're like, oh, dude, how they even find more tracks like we never even heard of? So, and I'll go to the fans' perspective first, like his fans, like not you and I speaking, but they were like, I think looking for reasons to kind of defend Pop, and kind of like go at the people who put this album together, because they're like, yo, Pop never wanted features, this is bullshit, blah blah blah, and it's like, dude, the last album they dropped for him had a ton of features, right, bro, and like everyone loved it, bro. So we can't use that now because it didn't work, and we loved it like back then. So going to me, I knew that this wasn't going to be a good project, quote unquote, when at midnight when it dropped. I didn't get a chance to listen to it at midnight, but when I woke up, the only thing on like all the major hip hop, you know, platforms on Instagram were them talking about Pusha's lyrics, right? The one that they think he's giving a jab at Drake. And I'm like, if that's the most interesting thing on Pop Smoke's new album, we have a very big problem, people. You know what I mean? Like, we have a very big problem. But I was like, all right, bro, it's Pusha. You mentioned, you know, you hint at Drake. People are going to lose their fucking minds. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Bro, when I listened to that shit from, like, front to back, dude, I kind of got mad. I don't know if it was his mom. Again, obviously, like, I'm sure his mom would have played a key role. I'm not sure if it was mom or whoever, but, like, that intro where it's like, you probably looked at this album and thought it was going to be a gospel album, and it's going to be the good news. And, like, dude, unfortunately, that kind of set the tone for the rest of the album. Like, it wasn't ever, like, a very hype, like, you know, bangers or, you know, let's, like, party. And, again, when you think of Pop Smoke, that's literally all you, like, a happy, fun dude who wants to, like, he's always dancing, bro. Like,
yeah.
And there was none of that on this album. And then, so that was disappointing. And then, dude, really, like, bro, every artist from Pac to Biggie to your local artists and wherever just trying to make it, I'm sure, has throwaway tracks, right? That probably like, bro, like I'm recording this because I'm in like, I think I'm in a zone, but listening to it like, now that wasn't it, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and it just feels like we got a bunch of throwaway tracks that Victor, Steven, I think it's like his manager, tried to, again, kudos to him. He wanted to make this money, you know, make the money for the family himself, his fans, whatever. But bro, it just felt like we got like 15 like throwaway tracks, bro. Like, and then even like, yo, they're not that clever, bro. A lot of the some songs have like the same lyric from songs we already heard. And it's like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, you're not doing him justice, bro. Like,
yeah.
So again, that's my biggest thing. Like, bro, he literally went out, unfortunately, too early, but on a high. So we already have 2 bodies of work, bro. So unless like you're for sure you're gonna give us something that lives up to it, like I personally don't see the need for this. Like maybe make it like 6 songs and you do like everything you can to make those 6 songs perfect. But to just give us songs that I really don't think Pop would have want released in the first place, that's where I struggle with, bro. Because there's no way he would have signed off on this. So he's like, you know what I mean? Like that's how I took it.
I actually kind of feel the same way about this album as I did the DMX one. Granted, DMX was like fully present, like he knew what the byproduct of everything was going to be. So it's probably it's not an Apple's album, because I feel like when an artist passes away, you just expect so much. You want them to leave on a high note, and you expect so much from whatever the last project is that they release. And even though DMX was fully present for his, like with this and his and DMX's album, I just walked away thinking to myself, like, this isn't what I'm gonna remember them by. Remember them by the projects before that. So I think that's why fans get really upset when anything short than phenomenal or a classic is released, because you're like, well, you should have just let them be and rest in peace instead of releasing like a bunch of shit, unless that was like his dying wish or some shit, or he would have wanted to do it.
Yeah, that's, I think we brought this up when we had Just Adam on like the interview. Like, who are we to tell his family not to, put this out, and they're able to still earn, money from his, masters, and, that can help, set up generations of his family. But yeah, just from the purity of it, it's like, man, like this, again, I just felt like I was listening to 17 like throwaway tracks, bro. Like, for me not to even want to repeat a song, you know what I mean? Like, dude, not even one song was like, yo, what was that? Bring it back. And I was like, nothing, dog. And like, yo, that Kanye feature wasn't a fucking Kanye feature, bro. It was just him talking. And then it was him talking, and then a skit of like Angie Martinez, again, giving him props, so kudos to her. But again, it just made the album that much more depressing. You know what I mean? Like, it was just sad, dog. Like, the last album we got from him was like sad in a sense, like, wow, like, I'm like, not tears of joy, but like, bro, it's sad I'm not gonna get this anymore, right? Like, that's a different kind of, this is like sad, like, bro, like, this is fucking depressing, dog. Like, I don't need 17 songs reminding me he's dead. Like, I get it. Like, I know. Like, I'm aware. You know what I mean? So, like, that's, like, that message is coming across, like, too much. Which, again, it's fine. But I just don't think, again, which, to our previous comment, if we would have had a rollout, people kind of would have known what to expect, right? But there was no rollout. All you see is just pictures of him looking fly, ready to party. So we're thinking, I'm getting that Pop Smoke again. And then when you give us this, people are like, bro, like, what what? You know what I mean? So I'm not mad at fans for reaching for things to get mad about it, but I just don't think, I'm not saying bad, but I think these were throwaway tracks for a rapper or star who has so much more to offer. And this was just probably him and the boo fucking around, and they just scrambled to make this shit sound somewhat cohesive on a track. But yeah, I mean, again, I just kind of like the reason why we named this episode 81 Not Enough Smoke is just like it did sound like Pop, bro. You know what I mean? I truly don't think Pop Smoke would have signed off on this body of work.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know if the family, I would imagine they co-signed this release.
Have to, yeah. They were part of the rollout, quote unquote, when like the album had interviews of like his mom and brother like right away. So they had to be a part of it somehow. You would hope so, right? Because that money needs to go to somebody. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, I just hope. I mean, at this point now, I'm like, they have to redeem everything and release the 10 bangers they might actually have tucked away and just leave it at that.
Right, which gets to my like, dude, like. They released so many other dope songs on like other people's shit, bro. Like he had 3 unreleased songs on the Boogie soundtrack. He had like 2 songs on the fucking Fast 9 fucking soundtrack. Like, yo, why are you giving other people his shit, bro? Like, you should have saved that for this. Like, so that's confusing. And then like, again, like where I know they're scrambling, bro, because like his producer came out and was like, yo, we got other songs for the deluxe. Let us know what you're trying to hear. It's like, let you know. Like, bro, that's not how this works. Like, I want a Spanish song. All right, Karol G, come through. We're gonna, you're like, how do you want to, like, I don't understand, dude.
Right. And like, where was I? Oh, I was in LA and I was riding around in one of my mom's old cars, so I didn't have the aux cord. So I was listening to the radio, and it was all
first time in like years, right?
Mm-hmm. First of all, it was fucking annoying. It was like the same 3 songs.
Yeah,
2 of them were Pop Smoke, and I was just like, was this even necessary? Like, I forgot how long ago it was that he passed away, and it's still like he never left. All his old songs still bang.
Still bang, still charting. Yeah, dude, that's another great point. Like, that's a great point, dude. Like, it's only been a year since last album dropped. Like, did we need this right away? You know what I mean? Like, yo, like, oh, he died. Like, yo, like, yeah. Again, it feels like I don't want to say money grab, bro, but it kind of feels like you're reaching for this. Like, bro, people are still playing Pop Smoke music. You know what I mean? Like, I wish they would have like given themselves even more time to properly like, all right, yo, how are we gonna make this sound good? As opposed to, we gotta put it out, fuck it, July 17th, that's the day we're gonna go with it. I'm like, because even like some of the lyrics, bro, from the other artists, like, they were referring to things that literally happened like the week prior, like in like the public. So I'm like, bro, like, did you just like decide this release date and like, all right, everyone send me a verse? And like come on, man, like that seems fucking rushed.
What was what's one of the example of that?
Well, the Pusha T thing, specifically,
the Tyler.
Like you literally were commenting on. I think Tyler went #1 that Monday. So how the fuck did like that's my thing, bro. It just seems like you were just like reaching for things, and I don't know, man. Like, I think the legacy Pop left behind, if no album. I mean, again, this is not going to deter his legacy, but you don't want this to even be spoken about in the same body of work with what I think Pop Smoke was like doing. Because again, I truly believe these are just songs that he just obviously just had around, and they were just trying to figure out ways to manipulate it to sound like new things.
Yeah. I don't know if like you said, if it's necessarily a money grab. You know, maybe they just thought the timing was right for some reason.
Yeah,
I'm really curious what went behind all of this, and like who ultimately dictates like if it sounds good or not, because it always trips me out when like unanimously people agree like, oh, this is trash or this is, you know, garbage or whatever, and it still manages to find its way out. Like, who is
I mean, it seems that like, I mean, again, and he's done everything right by Pop, you would think, up until now, but it seems like it's his producer Victor, I think Steven Victor or Victor, who discovered him, and you know what I mean. So it's I feel like he's the one who has final say on what is dropped and what isn't dropped. But I don't know, man. You just, again, I was so excited about it. As I think many of his fans, which is why I think this was like, dude, by 12:01, everyone was like, "What the fuck is this?" You know what I mean? Like, it was like when I woke up and saw all of those Instagram posts, and like even his brother, I think, came out and was like, "Yo, who signed off on?" No one, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So that's rare, bro. So I think everyone played through like track 1 through 3, and we're like, "What?
I skimmed through that shit quick."
Yeah, right. Like, this is the Kanye feature. This isn't a fucking feature, bro. Like. Yeah, so again, salute to Pop Smoke and happy birthday to him. Would have been 22 today on July 20th. Rest in peace, obviously. Salute to his family who's still grieving his loss. But yeah, I think his team could have been smarter about this, and I don't think this album's gonna live up to what his other bodies of work were.
Yeah, agreed. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, but speaking of Kanye's fucking stealing the headlines out of nowhere. Again, someone who, dude, had no, but then we're having listening parties like the next day. And should we get excited? Should we not get excited? So let the people know what Kanye's been doing the last 4 or 5 days in the news.
Yeah, he's been what was it? He had like a release party of sorts kind of thing.
Well, I think a full-blown listening party at a church in Vegas. So that got me concerned. I'm like, oh, it's another gospel album. But then it has like Lil Nas X on it and like Uzi Vert. And like, so I'm like, would he have a gospel album with Lil Nas X? Like, isn't that like the Antichrist? Like, I don't feel like he could do that. So
yeah.
But yeah, so you had a full-blown listening party, I think like 2 or 3 days ago.
I guess he could technically, I don't know. Like, I really don't know how strict these churches are, if they treat things differently, because it's not necessarily like a proper sermon or whatever. But even if it turns out to be a quote unquote religious album, I feel like with those features, it could still possibly be a banger. And is the Jesus is King one, while I don't think it had too many bangers on it, like I think sonically it didn't sound like some corny like
no. But I think people kind of want Kanye to talk his shit.
Yeah.
Which I think so. My thing was
and assholes.
Yeah. So what I think he might get a pass here from the religious, like, rights that is saying, you promised this and now you're changing, is that Bieber being religious, but still being able to like be sexual, talk about he gets his weed from California. I think those kind of lines let people know. And then Bieber dropped a complete religious album like the next week. Like, yo, you can do both, bro. Like, you can be a person who dabbles in this and like curses and thinks your wife has a fat ass. Also love God. Like, they're not exclusive. So I think, and I'm praying that I think this is the kind of album we're gonna get, where Kanye can talk his shit, but still in talking shit, give praise to God. And, say I lean on God for this and God helps me through that, which, dude, I think that's what we all fucking do. You know what I mean? Like, to a certain extent.
No, that's a great point. And I didn't even occur to me that Bieber, didn't really have profanity and stuff. I think in his last album, like, it seemed like he purposely had, Quavo and whoever else just avoid cursing.
Yeah. There's no parental advisory.
Religious. Yep. So I think I agree. Like, if Kanye does quote unquote talk his shit, I'm sure it'll be more tasteful than some of the other like outlandish stuff he might have said. But I really don't think it'll be anything like too cleaned up to the point where it's not explicit at all. Yeah, same, dude. And then, but
he is naming it after his mother, so rest in peace. I think it's going to be called Donda, right? His 10th album. It could be publicity, but like all the celebs who were in that listening party and prior were saying this is the old Kanye, the sound is back, or the sound is years ahead. So dude, they're doing a great job of hyping this shit up because, bro, like, the hype is real, dog. The hype is real. Yeah, I forget who it was that you shared with me, but they said like, Justin LeBoy.
Old Kanye's like he's hungry and hasn't had
he's hungry and broke
months or some shit. Yeah, and I was like, wow, that's a powerful statement to be making,
to be saying to a billionaire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that too. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel like I've been burned too often with these promotional tactics and shit.
Yeah, so are you on the fence that we're gonna even get an album this Friday, or do you not think it's gonna even be like worthy of the hype? Like, which one? Because I'm more concerned that it may not even drop this Friday. Like,
Wait, is that like the confirmed date?
Well, there's I'm pretty sure, dude. Like, it's dropping this weekend. That's what. Like, yeah, I could be. I don't think I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure everything I saw. So, but my point, like, what are you more concerned about? Like, the hype? Like, are you more concerned that it's not dropping, or you're concerned that it's not actually going to be good?
The latter. That it won't be good.
That won't be good. Okay. Because I can imagine
getting supposed to release July 20, like literally a year ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, July 24th, 2020.
No, I didn't even realize that. So we've been waiting for this shit for a year. Didn't even know about it.
It's gonna be like Drake too.
Dude, I know, but I'm excited for it. I can't envision, because even going back to Jesus the King, I can't envision a body of work for him we don't like. But I'm more concerned that it may not drop. You know what I mean? Like, it's all for show, or it's fucking midnight on Friday and it's meant to drop, and then it's like, oh, we'll give it a couple hours. Remember that shit happened like with his 2 years ago? We had like all those 7 albums and each one was fucking 3 hours late. We're like, bro, what are you doing, bro? Like, it's midnight. Like, that's the rule. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I know a lot of people think these are promotional tactics, but I feel like Kanye is so
perfectionist
and perfectionist that I could easily see him 3 hours before drop listening to one of the songs or some shit and be like, no, I need to fix like the sound of the drums on this. Or like, oh, I need to tweak my verse because I just experienced some shit at the airport the other week I want to talk about. Like, I feel like that is probably why.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, again, I'm just grateful we get it. I honestly do it because I enjoyed a good portion of that Jesus King stuff. Production quality was phenomenal. So yeah, dude, I hope it's a nice mixture of both, man. Like, again, I really believe that he was going a little bit too extreme with like, I'm not gonna have anyone curse on my tracks and no sexual context and you better be celibate for, you know, the week leading up. I'm like, bro, calm the fuck down. Christians are fucking, bro. Like, we are fucking. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about, bro? So like, you can be both, man. So I hope, again, because again, when something's new to you, you feel like you have to go the extreme, right? When you're dieting, it's like, bro, I could only eat from these hours, or working out. Like, I think once you're immersed in something that's you, it becomes who you are. I think you realize that those rules aren't so black and white. So hopefully we get that version of Ye, because I think that's where everyone, all parties involved, including himself, will probably be the happiest.
Yeah, 100%.
Nice. So another album that is confirmed to drop, and it's been being teased with the, you know, billboards at, you know, courtside at basketball games. Your boy, Kid Laroi, is dropping, was it part 3 of his EP? Fuck Love Projects. Yep. So, I had Alexa playing some music and Bieber, and then they played Stay. Like, and I haven't heard Stay in a minute since it dropped. Because I was like, bro, I don't know. The hype got to me, and I was like, bro, it's whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
But that song is fire, dog. like, that song is actually really good. So I'm definitely looking forward to this drop. Let the people know what you're thinking.
Yeah, I have to listen to Stay again. Like you, there were so many memes and posts from him. Like, it got to a point where I was just
I was like, chill, like, bro, like, we get it, bro. You have a song you want to drop, all right, bro. Like, fuck. He was like, give me 75 comments and I'll release. I'm like, bro, like, you ain't getting 4,000 comments. First of all, like,
and then he was I guess posting text messages with his manager or something saying, like, please drop Stay, like the fans want to hear it, as if like it was really being held hostage. I get it, like, it's everyone has their marketing tactics, but once I saw it teased too much, I'm like, this shit, if this isn't a fucking diamond selling record, I'm gonna be pissed, because I've seen it over and over. So I have to listen to it again. It sounded good from the snippet.
It is good. It's good. It's actually really good. Yeah, like, they both flow very well. I think he's mastering his voice. Again, he's still a teenager, but I think he's mastering his voice. I think he's reached that point where he's probably hit full puberty as far as like your voice changing. And I think you can tell that he's figuring out ways to sound very melodic, but it's still kind of rapping, you know, like Post Malone-ish.
Right.
But a little bit deeper than Post Malone, maybe.
Yeah. So I'm super excited for the album. I'm definitely curious to see what this like new superstar post Bieber friend Laroi we're gonna get out of this. I'm sure he's hung out with Bieber and really influential people all this time. So I'm curious, you know, what new techniques and stuff he's learned and what sound we're gonna get.
Yeah.
I'm just curious too, if I hope he won't like latch on too much to Bieber to the point where it's like, oh, the fans can't separate him. It's like the two nearly identical white boys, like in every fucking picture and video.
Yeah. Honestly, dude, but funny enough, dude, it might be the other way around, to be honest. Like, you know, Leroy's the young one, you know what I mean? Like, Leroy's the young one that has like all those Gen Zers like losing their fucking mind from all over the world. So I wonder if it's mutually beneficial for both of them right now to like, latch on to each other. Mm-hmm. But yeah, dude, I'm interested as well. Again, this post Scooter Braun Bieber, like, you know, how much influence do they have? Like, it's going to be all poppy records, dude. But it's just, again, I was just thinking like what you were talking about. It's just so wild to me. Like, it's July of 2021, and we did a video about him in like June of 2020, and like, bro, dude, his numbers were so low, dog. Like, we were saying back then they should be higher. But, like, it's wild, bro. Like, how hot, like, yo, his streaming numbers, his following. Like, bro, I remember you sent me a video of him, like, on No Jumper in 2019. And he was, like, this geeky little kid with, like, a big-ass chain from, like, Australia. And it's, like, that kid is, like, now what he is. Yo, that rise can take a while, but when it happens, dog, that shit could be immediate.
Right. Yeah, no, he took the fuck off. And he's at that point now where, like, even if you don't know his music, like, you've heard his name, probably might know what he looks like, or maybe you don't know who he is, but you're like, oh, I've seen him before. So kudos to him, because I know you and I both were like, yo, why isn't he there yet?
Right, he should be bigger for what we hear on these tracks, right? And then clearly someone else the same thing, and they just put like all the marketing and money behind him because, bro, that takeoff was astronomical, bro. Like, to think, I think it was definitely January. In January of 2020, so like right before the pandemic, you sent me Lil Tecca feature or Lil Tecca and Kid Laroi Diva, and even like that song, I was like, yo, this just fucking hit. Like, why is this on the charts, bro? That shit was so far from the charts. Like, no one was listening to that shit. And then, bro, within 6-7 months, just blew the fuck up, bro. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's a pop star now. I think that's similar to like Post Malone's story when he started off with the braids, doing like White Iverson and shit, and then he eventually started doing more poppy bangers. I mean, he was always kind of on the poppy side, but ever since he transitioned to that, just fucking reached completely new heights, and now he's like a god in the game when people were clowning him before.
Like a god, bro. Like, it's a privilege to be on a Posty track. It's a privilege to get a Posty feature. Like, bro, nuts. Like, nuts. And I think, again, I don't know if Kid Laroi's onto that, because at some point we need to realize, like, the Post Malones, the Biebers, the Drakes, like, these guys are kind of, like, in a league of their own, where, like, it really is whatever they want to put out, whenever they want to, it's going to be a hit. Like you saying to your point about Pop Smoke on the radio, like, the radio, the playlist, they're gonna pick these guys, and you're gonna love these songs by the end of the week, whether you fucking want to or you don't. So, those guys kind of really go on their own. But yeah, Kid Laroi has everything, especially now with the machine that is Scooter Braun behind him, that this shit could just take off.
For sure. I'm still waiting on a Drake and Posty collab. I feel like that's long overdue.
That's long overdue, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, long overdue. Clearly they're friends because they have like reposted shit together. Bro, I would love a fucking OVO fest. We go there and he brings out Post Malone for like a few, like, you know what I mean? That'd be fucking nuts, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, so everyone, hopefully Kanye Friday. We'll talk about obviously in the pod next week, whenever we do our next episode. And the same thing for Kid Laroi. The Kid Laroi one's definitely dropping. Fingers crossed if we get the Kanye one this week. All right, man. So another thing that was big in the news, big in the headlines. I'm wearing my Michael Jordan championship shirt for a reason, because there is only one GOAT. Space Jam New Legacy dropped last week on Friday night. Your thoughts? Have you watched the movie, by the way?
I watched like 70% of it.
Okay, so I watched it in Saturday night with he's 24 years old, but if you want context for the movie, Blair's brother Corey did a great article on it on SB Nation, I think, right, for the Blazers.
Yep.
So check that out. Great article. If you've never seen Space Jam, this will give you a complete rundown of why the movie's coming out and who's in it and why you should go watch it. That being said, love the article, hated the movie. And I told Corey this directly, bro. And this is again, I went hard on the movie, dog. Like, my first review was 2 out of 10, bro. Like, acting was corny. LeBron, like, bro, like, again, I know I'm being biased to my age, right? And when Space Jam came out, I was 7 or 8, right? So obsessed with Jordan, obsessed with Bugs Bunny. I get that. But dude, I've seen Space Jam as a 20-year-old. You know what I mean? As a 25-year-old. Dude, they didn't give, or rightly so, Michael Jordan's not an actor. This motherfucker didn't have a ton of lines. It was just moments, smart little one-liners, and keep the fucking movie going to let like the characters have lines, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, LeBron has too many fucking lines, dog.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, why is he talking so much?
LeBron Jam or something, because they fucking suck his dick the whole movie, and he's in every scene.
Bro, every scene, and even when he's playing basketball, it looks like he's acting. Like, bro, like, the fake, like, oh, and like, come on, Bugs. And I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up, dog. And even like that, again, I'm gonna say corny ass, like, sentimental moment, spoiler alert if you haven't watched the movie, that he has with his son. Like, I don't know if you got to that part yet. Like, the game's about to be finished, and him and his son have like an intimate, like, one-on-one, and like LeBron admits he hasn't been a great father. He can't find the right words. Bro, the worst, bro. Cringe-worthy. Like, I'm looking at my brother like, what the fuck are we watching? All right, so my initial review seemed like it was very low in this movie. Then I spoke to your brother, and I spoke to other people, and they're like, bro, first of all, this movie is for kids. It's meant to be cheesy. It's meant to be corny. You got to give the movie credit for using things that are happening today, right? Like, they make a joke about cancel culture. The graphics are crazy. The Space Jam game is how games are today, right? Like, different rules. The fucking score was 1,043 to 1,042. Like, stupid shit like that. They had women athletes in the game to give WNBA more. All right, so I'm like, all right, bro. That's all. All fair points. I will increase my rating to a 5 out of 10. But at the end of the day, this movie is meant to be entertaining. I was not entertained, bro. Like, that's, like, I appreciate all these, like, like certain, like, artists, like, painter, like, they can do all these things, like, oh, but this, this means that, and the reason he did that, I'm like, bro, that's all great. That's all phenomenal. But the painting sucks. Bro, this movie was trash. Trash, bro. Yeah. Like, it wasn't for me, but it was, I was not entertained at all.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with the whole this is meant for kids argument, because I've watched a lot of, I mean, maybe there's a nostalgia factor to it, but I feel like a lot of cartoons and shit that were made for us, like our parents or just adults in general, could still find a way to.
Bro, I just watched Shrek 2 last week and was laughing my ass off.
Yeah. Like, that shit is
timeless.
Well, it's timeless. In this instance, I think Space Jam just they I don't know, played it too safe. I thought it was too much about LeBron. He was too involved in every fucking scene. Or a couple like funny moments, but yeah, it was. And then like his son was like kind of a villain ish.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen that before though. If you think about the movie, you ever seen the movie Hook? Well, like the Peter Pan movie.
Sounds familiar. No.
With Robin Williams?
I probably did, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, so similar. So Robin Williams is Peter Pan, and he gets stuck in Never Never Land because Hook comes to London, steals his kids, and then Hook turns Peter Pan's son against him. So like the rest of the movie is just, Peter Pan trying to win his son back. So like I get, like, that story's been told before, so that wasn't too extreme for me. But yeah, bro, like out of like a 2-hour movie, I think there was like 2 or 3 moments where I laughed and like actually like laughed out loud. The most, I'm literally like making eye contact with my brother, like, bro, what are we watching? Like, what are we watching here, dude?
Yeah, I felt like it was too focused on like the graphics were phenomenal. But
yeah. Again, they definitely brought it to 2021. But even like the whole, like, they couldn't sexualize Lola Bunny.
Yeah,
they removed.
I wanted to see some rabbit titties, and they
just like don't like get so sucked into like Me Too movement, bro. Like, it's just a fucking cartoon. Like, anime can have like big ass titties and asses, and like the Incredible Woman is fucking thick as hell, and Jasmine is fucking gorgeous in Aladdin, and it's like, oh, but because it's it's a rabbit, bro. Like, if you're looking at a rabbit sexually, you have other fucking problems, bro. Like, what is the big deal? Like, just let it be how it was before.
Maybe I did have problems as a kid because I thought, what was her name? Lola Bunny?
Lola Bunny, yeah.
I thought she was the hottest thing on the fucking planet when I saw that movie.
Every girl did, bro. Every girl was Lola Bunny for like Halloween all the time, like the years after. Like, and then they removed Pepe Le Pew because he was a rapist as a skunk, like on top of that, like Black Cat.
Just like forcing himself on the
cat. Yeah. So they removed him from the fucking movie. Tweety Bird was funny a couple times. I forgot the pig when he was rapping. The tutorial, you see that part?
I never made it to.
That part is funny because it comes out of nowhere and it's like hip, like freestyle points. Like, that was funny. But like, even LeBron in the back is like, yeah. I'm just like, bro, what the fuck is this, bro?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they thought it would sell. The hype would be bigger if he had that much involvement in the film, but I don't know.
Yeah, I do.
Actors.
Yeah, leave it to the or like, dude, I'm all for athletes being in movies, bro. Because again, MJ did great, but like, dude, like they don't fuck even like actors like Mark Wahlberg. Like, bro, they don't have that many lines. You know what I mean? It's an action movie. The Rock, he doesn't have that many lines, and he's a fucking actor. Like, bro, like know your role. Like, bro, like this movie's about you, yes, but like you're meant to be LeBron James in this fucking movie. Like, you have too many fucking lines that you have like no comedic timing because you're not a comedian, bro. Like, Like, I don't expect that. Like, I get it. I just felt like he was doing, like, well, whoever wrote this shit was just doing too much, bro. Like an MJ did not have that many lines. Like, MJ was just, like, quick one-liners, a funny look to, like, Bugs Bunny, and then was just fucking playing basketball the whole time, bro. Like,
also, I feel like, I mean, I don't know too much about, like, Michael Jordan's reputation back then, but I feel like LeBron's career is so kind of, like, divisive within the basketball community.
Yeah, that's a great point.
His guts. Some people love the shit out of him, so I feel like that also makes this even, like, weirder, because I don't even watch basketball that much, but in the back of my head, I'm like, I just felt like it was off. Like, do people really believe this shit? Like, how much they were hyping up his career and stuff? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the career stuff was valid because even, like, the previous Space Jam started that same exact way, like, with highlights of MJ's career. So I wasn't mad at that. At first, I was like, motherfucker. But I was like, that's the same as last month, so that's okay. Yeah. But I see your point. Yeah, he's very divisive, bro. Like, MJ was universally loved by everyone, even, like, opposing teams. Whereas, like, bro, like, LeBron's not that liked. So this gave another reason for people like, bro, you're just, like, corny, bro. Like, you look like the corny dad. But, like, yeah. I don't think, like, Space Jam shouldn't be that. Like, you are the guy. So, like, I don't know, man. It just felt, like you said, it just felt off. Like, everything just felt off. Like, bro, like, the comedic timing was off. The bad guy in the movie, though, did, like, help it because he was kind of, like, Don Cheadle. He was kind of funny at times. Like, he saved it because he's a real fucking actor. But, yeah, man, I don't know. It felt too forced. And, again, maybe this movie wasn't meant for people our age, and I'm not against that. But I feel like if I sat down with, like, a 6-year-old right now to watch this, like, one of my nephews, they'd probably be like, change this shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I would get up and walk out the room and be like, I'm sorry, we're leaving.
Yeah, fuck this, bro. So thank God I didn't pay for it. I watched it for free on HBO Max. But
nice.
Again, watch the movie. Give us your opinion. Put in the comments. But if not, read Corey Randall's article about it as well. Definitely a great read. And I guess last topic before we get into some music, Lil Nas X trial started versus Nike. So let the people know what's going on there and kind of like what his team is doing to maximize this moment.
Yeah, so Lil Nas released a snippet of a new song. I forget the name. Is it called Champions or something?
I didn't even see that. I didn't even know there was a proper rollout for the song. I just thought it was like the same snippet you did.
Yeah, he has a song with Jack Harlow. Let me pull up the name right now. It's called Industry Baby. It actually sounds really, really good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too much of a fan of Lil Nas's previous works, not because of who he is, but I just didn't like that particular sound.
Right.
But this one sounds like some shit that, you know, all our favorite rappers could potentially hop on.
Nice.
Huge fan of Jack Harlow. I know you are as well. So
massive.
I'm sure he's gonna kill whatever verse he has on it. Yeah, he took a moment of hardship and turned it into a viral moment, which he's used to doing, similar to Tekashi 6ix9ine. Obviously, people dislike him because he's gay, even though they don't want to say it. So he kind of pokes fun at that in this clip
as well, which is so great, bro. So great.
I think that's the worst thing about all this that pisses me off is people, especially these rappers who claim they're so like hardcore and shit, just won't flat out be like, yo, I'm homophobic. I don't want to be around gay people. I don't like them. They'll use every other excuse in the book. Use sacrilegious, the devil, this and that, cursing, doing that, wearing heels, wearing dresses. Just say you're homophobic and leave.
But then killing someone on IG Live is okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's not sacrilegious at all.
That's fine.
That's what God wants.
God put this gun in my hand, so God knew I was doing.
Right. So shout out to him. I think that's a good lesson for any other artist, right? Any public figures. When you have a moment where people are trying to slander you and basically cancel you and do all this other shit, you just have to poke fun, kind of like Eminem in 8 Mile. You know, you make fun of yourself. You know,
what can they say?
No choice but to laugh at you, and that's it.
Totally agree, bro. And Yeah, because like there's a funny part in the snippet that we saw that it was like the he's on the stand and the lawyer's like, "Aren't you gay?" And he's like, "We're here about shoes, bro. Like, what are we like? What does me being gay have to do with anything?" So like, yeah. Well, dude, but honestly, on another side note, like a shout out to him, man, because bro, like think about it. When he first came out, no pun intended, like as an artist, like for Old Town Road, like he wasn't out the closet yet.
No.
So for him,
crazy that you bring that up.
Yeah. So for him to be like the number one song in like America for a good minute, and then take the chance in coming out gay, and then owning that shit, and then even taking off to like a maybe not a higher level, but still being very fucking relevant and still playing songs. Yo, Montero's in like national campaigns for major companies right now as far as like advertisements are concerned. So like he's doing very fucking well right now, bro. So kudos to him, because like you would think, especially like in unfortunately hip hop culture, black culture, you know, gay men are looked down upon. So for him to be a young, successful human being, black, and to say I'm gonna own this shit and still fucking have a great career after that, like that's pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah, no, that's admirable. I think he did something that most people probably would be too terrified to ever do. I can only imagine how much weight he's on his shoulders, like because he's not. And the thing is, when you're like this quote unquote underrepresented group, everything you do like inevitably reflects like the wider group. So like, you know, all gays now are looking to him to, you know, act a certain way and come off a certain way, because unfortunately anything he does is gonna reflect upon them. So I can imagine how much pressure he feels like he has, but if anything, I think he should just continue down this route and trolling everyone and basically showing them how dumb and hypocritical they are.
Yeah, and trolling with good content, bro. Because I mean, people fucking play his music, bro. Like rightly so. When I hear it, I'm not mad at it at all. Again, the videos aren't my cup of tea, but like I'm never like, yo, turn that shit off as trash. Like his music is fine. So salute to Lil Nas X. Hopefully that full video drops soon, and hopefully he has some money after this lawsuit with Nike, because you know they got the bag, so they can be in court forever and not give a fuck. But I'm sure he'll twist it to make great content out of it anyway. So yeah, dude, he had a TikTok or a joke where he's like, when you're about to lose your life savings, but your record label keeps telling you to make more videos. It's like bro.
I wonder if these ideas solely come from him, or if he has like a dope ass team of like 10 people feeding him these ideas.
I'm sure it's a mixture of both, but his delivery on this shit is definitely A1. So yeah, man, because Old Town Road came out a minute ago, bro, and he's still been very relevant with a lot of controversy and still been able to push forward. So definitely salute to him. Before we get to Heat of the Week, bro, today's July 20th. Are you still dropping the song your song the first week of August?
Yep. So my new song, Ignore Me, will drop August 5th on all platforms, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Super excited about it. So I'm going to drop like a little teaser next week, a week before. And then, of course, everything. There will be a lyric video to it as well. So I found online he kind of did some of the artwork for my last few releases. So I just been using him. He's super cool dude based out of Australia. So yeah, super pleased with the results so far. I think this is probably the first, now that I have like several releases out, this is the first release where I might like throw a couple of ad dollars at it and see
what happens.
It goes. Because I think this one, like of all the ones I released so far, could probably be the most like mainstream and catch on, and hopefully will just get me more listeners over time. Because after Highs and Lows, like when it got posted on Rap Nation, that shit just pretty much dropped off as soon as they took the song off their playlist. They cycle through it like every month or whatever. So I just want a more like consistent, I guess, fan base, so to speak.
Like, so it can build up gradually?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's funny though, bro? Because obviously, like, removing Be Alright, because obviously that has personal, sentimental factors for both of us. But just going back, so when did you release Highs and Lows? Was that like in February?
January of last year, January like 5th or something.
Well, no, January this year.
January of 20. Wait, was it?
Yeah, it was 2020. It had to be 2021.
Yeah, it was 2021. Damn.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought that shit was even further back.
Yeah, because you dropped highs and you dropped be all right in March. So definitely, we just started that run through, right? So
like ages ago.
Yeah. 7 months ago feels like last year. But so I was at the gym, I guess a couple days ago, and so like 3 of those songs popped up, and like it's wild. Like in the moment, I agree by what I said. Like highs and lows sounded great, but now like having time to like digest it, and then you tell me if you feel the same, because again, it's obviously you're the artist, but it feels like it was just a reminder to the listener and yourself that like, oh, I can do this and make a good body of work. Where like on, what is it, Night Drive or what's it? Night Drive?
That's my last one, yep.
Yeah. So that song is like, no, I can do this shit very fucking well. And like, cause like, even like the lyrics, I told you, I love that song so much because it's so simple, but the shit hits so hard. Is like, so it's amazing how like in 5 months you can develop as an artist and get to like a level you're like aspiring to be and keep growing. But I wonder if you felt the same way, because I like both songs came back to like within like a 10-minute span. And I was like, oh wow, like highs and lows doesn't really sound that high anymore, like it, from a listening perspective. But I see what he was trying to achieve to kind of just remind himself what he's doing. And then on Night Drive, I'm just like, bro, like these lyrics, they're kind of sneaky, so like subliminal to other things. And then the beat is so hard, you're just like, yo, holy shit, this is like a fire track. So I wonder if you kind of feel the same way as like the artist.
For sure. Highs and lows. Yeah, you put it really well. Highs and Lows was kind of like a spontaneous comeback track. Didn't really have like some deep sentimental value or anything, but definitely had a lot of fun making it. And it was kind of like reminding myself that I knew how to make a good song, something that sounded good, and that I personally like would listen to if I didn't know myself. And then Night Drive was like where I really got in the zone and like was quote unquote speaking from the heart. And this one I will say is kind of like a mixture of both, I guess, depending on how you look at it. But I actually ran it by my brother, and he said he prefers this new one versus Night Drive, even though he really liked Night Drive. But similar to everyone else, like in my family, really liked Night Drive versus Highs and Lows.
Which is only a credit to you. Like, you're just literally like, I mean, it's probably not going to happen all the time, right? Like the same, like every episode we do is not better than the previous one. So like every song you drop may not be better than the previous one, but in this small pocket of work thus far, like it seems like it has been improving steadily, which is, great.
Yep, 100%. So super excited to release this one. If I had to, I don't know, as a new artist, like showcase one song, like for a chance to fucking, I don't know, perform at Rolling Loud or like just impress somebody, I think this next one is probably the one I would choose.
Nice. Dude, speaking of Rolling Loud, that shit is this weekend. I'm staying my ass home, dog. Like, I'm not going to no Rolling Loud sponsored parties. No, all the boats are sold out. Like, bro, I am staying the fuck in Coconut Creek, bro. Fuck that.
Especially because you got a bunch of fucking reckless outsiders probably showing up.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm not even... my girl's coming over here as well. So, yeah, dude, like, I'm not even let her stay in Miami. Like, there's no fucking way. So, we'll catch Rolling Loud in LA or some shit, or Portugal or something. Just, this first Rolling Loud definitely is not going to be the one. Dude, especially with numbers going up, these motherfuckers are probably like out there losing their minds. Like, yo, this shit might be the last time we have a festival for another year. So let's fucking just lose it now. Like, nah, bro. I'm good. I'm good with that, man. But excited for the drop. Let's get to some Heat of the Week. Get the fuck out of here. So, Heat of the Week, episode 81. Tell me, my dude, what is a song that stood out to you this weekend?
So this artist, I've been following him for a minute. I didn't realize it, but I guess there's a lot of instances of these artists who, I guess, are pursuing their own career, but as an artist, but write songs for other people in order to get to that point. So I believe he's written a lot of songs or co-written a lot of songs for probably a lot of, singers and rappers that we consider, A and B list. He goes by Johnny Yukon, and the new track he released is called Mystery. Super, super smooth vibe. I'd say it's very similar to like, I don't know, like a Drake-ish vibe.
Okay.
Not the hardcore like new Drake that raps with Meek Mill and shit like that. More so the more poppy like 2016 Drake or some shit.
Sure.
So just really good vibes. I like his whole catalog, but this one is definitely dope, and it's called Mystery. I added it to my playlist. He's one of the newer artists that I'm eyeing, and hopefully we'll see him continue to put out more bodies of work.
Nice. Yeah, send me that via text when we're done with this, so I can add it to the Apple playlist as well. For me, dude, so I woke up Friday. Again, my mind was just on gotta listen to Pop Smoke. But before I even woke up, I had two different people who aren't even friends send me an album, and I'm like, bro, what is this? I don't even know these artists, but if you two people who I trust that with my music catalog are telling me this is gonna be good, I give a run right away. So I got sent this album called 6-2 Tape by Bino, Radu, and Blist.
Oh yeah, he's Bino Radu. I think I might have sent you one of his songs with Young Thug, and he used to do a lot of stuff with Nipsey.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, bro, this shit is a vibe, bro. The whole album is a vibe. Well, the whole tape is a vibe. But the song that I really fucking enjoyed was Might Do Well. Bro, I just love R&B shit when it's like Kanye, on 808, a Heartbreaks, where it's R&B shit, but from a hip hop dude who's just talking his shit and reminding women how I'm this shit. And you're kind of lucky to be with me. I love you. You're sexy. But I don't know. I always like that. The whole album kind of gives that vibe, but Might Do Well kind of is the essence of all that. So I'd be of a cool hip hop R&B song. So I would definitely check that out if you haven't yet. Did you get a chance to check out the tape or no?
No, I heard one of the songs that they had been promoting everywhere, which sounded really smooth.
I never even heard a song leading up to I was just randomly Friday afternoon. You check this out. I'm like, oh shit, okay. So then and I listened to that. It's only 8 songs. Top music. Yeah, drop top music in a really fucking good mood. Going somewhere to have a good time. So yeah, we'll definitely add that to both Apple and Spotify playlists. But I'm gonna just get out of here. I know you got big plans this weekend, so that people know what you're doing specifically, and then what we got going on.
Yes, sir. I'm doing the basic bitch trip. So I'm going to Tulum for a week with my fiance.
Oh, you're going that long?
Yeah, and the reason why we're doing it that long is because I didn't want to take time off, vacation days, since I just started working a few months ago. And
so you're working from there?
Yeah, I'm working from there.
Got it.
It'll probably, generally, I'll probably be able to get off early as long as I get my shit done. So I'm not even telling anyone I'm working with that I'm going to be there unless they ask and see my background, like a palm tree or some shit behind me. A real one, not the
not this.
So yeah, looking forward to that. And yeah, if you have any recommendations, definitely let me know.
I already hit up Sarah. I told her a couple ones. I'm like, you got to go to Taboo. She's like, day parties are too expensive. I'm like, bro, this is... I live in Miami and I partied in Mykonos at a day party. Bro, when I tell you Taboo Tulum is the day party, you got to make that shit happen, bro. That shit is a movie, dog. That's the one, though. You're going with your girl. So luckily, I didn't go with my girl, but I told her what happened. But bro, you got to have sunglasses on because you're just surrounded by all those IG models that pop up on our fucking search page. They're everywhere there, bro. So, it's dimes everywhere. And then you can go crazy at the date club and then go for a walk on the beach to breathe and recover and then come right back and keep partying. Bro, I was legit there from 1 in the afternoon till 9 at night. All day, bro. So
damn.
I highly recommend just go there just to say you went, and by the end of it, you're gonna be like, yo, that was fucking phenomenal.
Nice. I'm gonna have to do that and find a way to sneak away from my computer.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. But I mean, it technically is on the East Coast, right? So I think you actually will like gain 2 hours anyway, right? At least.
Well, it'll be no, like, I mean, I guess so, but if the day party say is at 2:00.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So then.
Yeah. I got you.
There. But, I mean, if I wake up early, I could technically do work in advance. But Fridays and Wednesdays are usually quiet days for me. So, I mean, even if I show up to the day party at like 4 or some shit, I'm sure it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Yeah. It'll be a good time though. But yeah, we'll keep talking afterwards. But yeah, that'll be a good time, bro. All right, cool. Let the people know what we got going on for the podcast.
Yes, sir. I mean, first and foremost, you can check us at audio-theory.com. New episode every single week, all major streaming platforms. The Heat of the Week selections are on Spotify as well as Apple Music. In terms of what we got going on next, obviously want to continue doing our interview series. We had a great one with Joey Charette the other week. And I believe we have a couple that we're vetting out now and looking forward to speaking with. So
yeah, it'd probably be more like looking like more early August, right? Like we'll probably do one right after your release and focus on that. We should do that. We honestly do. We should probably do a clip. Fuck, we can talk out loud here. We should probably do a clip, like share the clip we just did on like your process, and then kind of have that drop that week, and then maybe film the interview with the artist we're talking about from Chicago like the following week.
Right. Yeah, I think that would be dope.
Yeah.
So be tuned or stay tuned, and follow us on the gram. Donate, share, like, comment, do everything to support the channel.
Yeah, man. All right, broski. We'll talk, but obviously love you, man. Stay safe out there. Don't get COVID, please. And
I hope not.
I hope not. Don't worry, bro. I've learned one thing in Cancun and Tulum. Like that test always comes back negative. Like, they're like, bro, don't worry, bro. We're not gonna fuck this up for you. Like, just give us the $60 and like get the fuck out of here. So I think you'll be fine.
Dope. Looking forward.
All right, broski. Peace.